Are you listening?
Sex! And now that I have your attention, video games!
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Fellow gamers, we need to talk. Because according to the Washington Post, gamers would rather play video games than have sex. And that's just crazy. According to the Washington Post, the latest general social survey reported that in 2018, America reached an all-time high of adults not having sex. And even more interesting, the number of Americans 18 to 29 years old not having sex more than doubled. In 2008, over 8% of 18 to 29-year-olds reported not having sex. But in 2018, that number rose to 23%, with 28% of men 18 to 30 reporting that they haven't had sex in the past year. Whoa! Last week, Noob Crusher 69 beat me in Apex Legends, and he told me that he has all the sex. Are you telling me that he's lying? Well, Professor of Psychology Gene Twenge says that these numbers could be caused by many things. A decline in young men joining the workforce, the increase of 18 to 30-year-olds still living at home with their parents, streaming Netflix, or even video games. PlayStation. I trusted you. But you were preventing me from getting laid this entire time? Worst wingman ever. Professor Twenge continued by saying, there are a lot more things to do at 10 o'clock at night now than there were 20 years ago. Streaming video, social media, console games, everything else. Wait, so people really aren't having sex because gaming fulfills boredom? And 20 years ago, people were screwing every time that they got bored? First up, somebody give me a time machine. Second, I get the importance of crossplay, but if it's really preventing us from experiencing real crossplay, maybe we should cut back the gaming. I mean, in a way, it makes sense. Like, if you're bored, playing video games is way safer than having sex. No one has ever gotten pregnant because of playing a video game, unless you're really into Tetris or something. But honestly, if you are spending all of your free time playing video games, chances are you're not out there trying to attract potential partners. Well, duh. Have you ever played Minecraft? And World of Warcraft? Don't even get me started. I could spend hours every day playing those video games. Well, it's funny you say that. A study by economists from Princeton, University of Rochester, and the University of Chicago recently stated that employed men, 21 to 30, on average spend 3.2 hours a week playing video games, whereas unemployed men spend 8.6 hours a week playing video games. 8.6 hours. Pfft, those are some rookie numbers right there. I spend 8 hours a week managing my inventory alone. Now, that same study states that 12.3% of men play video games on a typical day. And for women, that number is around 10.3%. And those statistics become alarming when you think about the breakdown of a normal 24 hours. 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for work. At that point, you're only left with 8 hours. And with that remaining 8 hours, let's take out commuting to work, eating meals, getting ready in the morning, using the restroom, watching dog videos on Twitter, and by that time, if we're lucky, we might have 4 hours of free time left every day. And let's just say that the typical gaming session lasts 1 hour, which honestly would be extremely conservative. That equates to 25% of your free time. So I can start to see that if, playing video games is going to take up that much of my free time, yeah, it's going to prevent a gamer from having sex. And I guess where I want to leave this is by saying, just because of all these statistics, don't suddenly feel pressured to go out and have sex. Instead, just pay closer attention to how you are spending your time. Video games are great, but interacting with other people and experiencing what the world has to offer can oftentimes be so much better. Hey, thanks so much for checking out our channel. And because you've waited this long, congratulations! You've won the ability to subscribe to our channel. Go ahead, click the button right here. It doesn't cost you anything, and if you do hit the subscription, you might win something, making me happy.